Hello everyone, my name is Koutaro Ookatsu and Ryo Shimamoto. Today, we are going to talk about gender discrimination. First, do you know what is gender discrimination? It is a gender born by the difference between men and women's roles in the world. To give a simple example, a person who thinks cooking is what a woman does, or who has an imagine, isn't it? Cooking equals a woman work. However, some men are good at cooking, aren't they? This is gender discrimination. Gender discrimination is a problem all over the world. In this presentation, we will talk about 3 points about gender discrimination in Japan. Firstly, we will talk about gender discrimination in childcare. Secondly, gender discrimination in the workplace. Finally, gender discrimination in society. This presentation will take about 8 minutes. Now, let's get started our presentation.
I will talk about the problem of child care. The role of a man and a woman had been decided in many Japanese families for a long time. This role is that a man should work and a woman should care for a child. Because of this, a lot of Japanese have the image that child care is woman's work. This is a problem because actually families should cooperate and care their child. In recent years, the number of dual-income families increased, and there are many women who want to work after childbirth. But there are reasons that it is difficult for the man to care child. For example, it is not easy that a man takes child care leaves. In many cases, they can't enough leaves for child care. To solve this problem, it is important to realize as a society that anyone can care their child while working. For example, making it easier to take child care leaves, and the number of nursery schools increase. I think if we change the social system like that, people will change their idea that families should cooperate and care their child gradually.
Next, we will talk about employment and workplace issues. Activities of women are becoming a topic in law. However, there are not a few black companies where gender discrimination remains strong. It is said that more than 90% of women answered there is gender discrimination in the workplace in a certain investigation. Even if the nation or male side move to resolve gender discrimination problems, it is important how women feel discrimination eventually. There is strong opinion that the gender discrimination still does not go away from the woman's side. So it can be said that there are still many companies with gender discrimination. I will introduce cases of gender discrimination common in the workplace. Because it's a woman, workplace think with reason. A typical case of gender discrimination is a case that a male employee can impose a work that is not done because it is a woman. An example is clean up. There are companies that are regarded as female employees work to clean the workplace. Cleaning the workplace never has to be a woman. Even male employees should clean the company. The number of companies that have begun cleaning by the cleaner is also increasing. However, cases where female employees are making garbage disposal and cleaning around the water will not fail. Labor problems are also occurring by leaving the cleaning work to female employees. Besides cleaning, there are many problems such as wage gap. To solve problems in the workplace, it is important to thoroughly raise awareness of gender discrimination in the workplace. Gender discrimination will decrease depending on individual consequences.
I will talk about gender discrimination in social tendency. As was mentioned before, a woman often suffers disadvantage of employment and child care. While as for social tendency, there are many scenes where a woman is treated better than a man. Here is one example. It is a service that favors a woman. There are many restaurants that provide woman-only service. In these restaurants, a woman can eat at a low price and be given free dessert. These services are good for a woman, but a man can't receive these services, so they feel unfairness. Besides restaurants, women-only services are carried out by various companies. There are reasons why companies make these services. First reason is that improves sales. Discounts for a woman is effective because it is said that discounts more affect a woman than a man. Second reason is that they want to increase the number of female customers. Companies make these services to improve sales and profits as a matter of course. However, this becomes gender discrimination. Companies should run their business while thinking not only profits but also fairness.
We talked about 3 topics on gender discrimination. The gender discrimination problem we have talked is only a small part. Japan may not be gender discrimination, but may be a culture. Gender discrimination is not easy. But please try to revise the image and way of thinking of the individual once. As we said at the beginning, images and fixed concepts led to gender discrimination. It is necessary to voice discrimination against gender discrimination, and to eliminate discrimination from the root of society by making each one's improve consequences.